What is up, everybody? What's going down, folks? Hopefully it's good tonight. Alright, so, as always, trying to keep things better and better every single time, we've got a countdown timer. So, this is a new function for me, but we are going to have this countdown timer to indicate when we are going live. So, started a little bit late, but we got it running. This is going to essentially keep me on pace for keeping these little initial news and kind of the brief updates up and running, and not necessarily bog us down. So one of the things that I wanted to look into now that it is officially into the month of September is what is going on with MechWarrior 6. So I have been looking to see if there's any updates or news or announcements or anything that sort of points to that kind of information. And essentially what we'd be looking at is just old news. So nothing has been relayed yet. We're going to still keep an eye out for that. Now, other game news, some games came out. Starfield has been a massive success for streams and streamers. The game looks, it's a Bethesda game, so that's looking pretty cool. I've been watching some streams on that, and I'm still on the fence on whether or not I want to even play it at this point, just because there's so many other things to take my time and attention away, like smashing mech faces. So, with that, I don't know if that's going to be something we want to play. It's been kind of hit or miss on some streams. There's been a lot of mixed reviews, so, who knows? Maybe this will be a good thing, maybe it won't be. Just never know. Some of the other games I've been looking at and watching for, Wayfinder was kind of the one that I was looking at, and some people described it as a fantasy, non-gun version of Warframe, which is published by the same company but developed by a different company. It looks like they're kind of building the same kind of concept or structure to how they're playing the game. There's a lot of people who are like, we hit max level and then it just is a grind, and there's a lot of unlocking that you can do while it's in early access, and there's some things in there that they're making available as part of the early access grind that will carry over to when the game goes official, but they're mostly cosmetics. So I've never been one for a cosmetics grind, but overall, it just looks nice. It looks interesting. Is it the game for me? Not sure. To be seen. I might wait till the official release when it goes free to play and then start grinding that game. I tried to do a stream on Sunday, but I just ran out of time and I didn't want to shortchange us with not getting a decent, at least an hour plus stream in. So I figured I would scrap the Sunday. I'm kind of treating that as an optional day. I was really looking forward to it, but just didn't seem to be in the cards, and I may not have it in the cards for me this Sunday, but I will try to stream, and we'll start on kickoff our Pathfinder run. So, without any further ado, as we're about to go live, we're going to be continuing our MechWarrior 5, and the goal here, large mechs, transition out of medium and into those large mechs. So that's going to be our goal here. We're going to be running that, and game time! Alright, let's go ahead and continue our single player campaign. Let's load in. Now, if you recall from a previous episode last week, where we left off was running through missions that are now starting to hit that 230 ton mech limit. And in talking to some folks offline, talking about essentially, what are the optimal methodologies, what are good mechs to run that are going to basically put us in a good position to effectively make that transition, and across the board, hands down, Hunchbacks are essentially the OP medium mech to make that transition. So where I was doubting myself earlier and I was surprised at our win, it looks like that's more par for the course than anything else. So what we're going to be focusing on tonight is getting this triple mission out. We're going to be doing a war zone, an assassination, and then a raid. And the great thing is that we've got some large mechs that we can drop to hit that initial 230 tons, and then when we get into the assassination, we can fall back, or even the raids if we can get to it, we can fall back to our medium-sized mechs. We're going to be taking some damage, and that is no joke, I expect. So we're going to take 2 pips plus 75%. It's going to be well worth it to have this, and having the 1.4 million will be really critical to make sure we don't overdo it on the expenses. We want salvage shares, and salvage shares stack. So I don't necessarily need 31 salvage shares, because if I don't spend all 26, I can carry that over. What I do want to do is make sure that I'm going to get 2.4 million out of these missions. And that's ultimately going to be a very helpful thing. So actually, I'm going to drop this down to 21. That should get us into the sweet spot of a very damaged large mech around the 18-19 point mark, maybe even 20 or even 21. We risk the potential that as soon as we hit that 22 to 24 range, we might miss out on a large mech, but that'll free up 2.8 million instead, so of course we can always make up for it by buying something. And as we go through, anything we don't spend carries over to the next mission. So where we start with 21, if we don't spend it all, it'll get piled into that next mission and the next mission after. So I'm really hopeful with the assassination that that's going to be our linchpin. That's going to be what we're looking for getting that good salvage. So I'm happy here. Good amount of money, good amount of damage coverage. We're still getting a decent amount of salvage. So we'll go ahead and drop with this. We were previously doing 200-ton missions, so let's re-equip ourselves with our heavy mechs. We don't have a ton. We have this Thunderbolt that is effectively out, but we're missing some ammo. We've got some parts and components that are not ready yet, so I don't want to run that. The quick draw out of the question. Rifleman, not really the best. So really what we're going to go to is our medium mechs. We're going to continue running this as a sort of the flagship, and then we're going to fall back to those heavy mechs if we absolutely need to, because we did really, really great. So tres, dos, uno, let's go ahead and drop, and let's see what kind of action we can get into. And for those of you that don't know, September is Subtember for Twitch, so feel free to take advantage of that discount if you'd like to, and subscribe. If nothing else, hit that follow button, and if you're watching on the VOD, hopefully you come in and participate with our streams. Alright, Major, tell me what the mission is.
We have friendlies under assault from hostile forces. Link up with them and hold off the enemy advance as long as possible. Be sure not to overextend yourself, Commander. Eventually, you will need to fall back to the evac point.
Oh, that is a lot of missiles. I need to close the gap. Alright, what do we got? We got 13 targets. Alright, we can do this. This is not an optimal in terms of using the base as coverage. When we take a look at the battle map, we're right smack in the middle. There's not a good chance that they're going to be coming from north, but they have the ability to come from either the east-west, and there they are. Oops. Clearing the battle map, and we're fighting right up against some medium mechs right off the bat. This is going to be a really, really frightening battle. I can already tell. There we go. I feel like I'm going to be the sacrificial lamb for a lot of this, so hopefully I don't take too much damage, but at least we've made it through the first mission. Alright, that's 2 out of 13. What else we got? Usually they toggle sides, so we'll see what side this is going to be coming from next. Oh, or we're just going to drop right there. What do we got? Give me whatever it is. Oh, C9ALs? Okay, cool. So these are going to be the medium laser LRM-10 streaks. Alright, there we go. That's one down. And... Ooh, what is out there? Something is reaching out and touching somebody. Hey buddy, can you get out the way, please? And hopefully this will take it out. There we go, 5 of 13. Alright, well, let's reset back in the middle. Oof, not looking so great. The damage is intense.
Additional tangos en route to your position, Commander.
Where did this guy come from? Where have you been, buddy? Alright, what do we got over here? We got some air-based assets. We've got some Vindicator. Oh my god, that hurt. There we go. Alright, let's take this Wolverine down. This is a close range-ish. It's a skirmisher, so as long as we stay kind of far away, we should have a good chance of not even really having too much of effect. But those close range missiles will do a number on any mech. Boom, downed. And just in time for another C9AL third. What is that? C9AL? Yeah. And a Hunchback. Woo! Let's get out of here. Let's put some trees in between me and this dude. I am probably going to put myself in a spot to shut down, but worth it, worth it. Come on, manage that heat, down a little bit. There it is. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, this C9A is not doing so healthy. And somehow we managed to just keep one mech alive? Like, I don't even know how that's possible. What do we got? A Javelin, and a Wolverine. I mean, if I can get lucky and I can knock this thing out. Alright, got a little extra money, and we are bailing before anything else gets here. Because this is... my mech is toast. I just basically was a missile sponge the entire time. I cannot believe I survived that, to be honest. The Hunchbacks fared way better. Alright, for mission 1, we did really good. +2 pips, getting over that edge into friendly +2 will be really nice. Payout 2.8 million, and we've got a good selection here. So, downside is, we've got to make some choices. We've got 21 points, we can't necessarily spend it all. We are definitely not going to take any more C9 ALs or C9 AHs, as much as I'd love to have an AC-20 and an LRM 10. Just not going to happen. I really need to move my weight up. The quick draw, good selection of items. It's a jump jet. I'm leaning towards this. The Wolverine, also a solid choice. It's a skirmisher, but I believe it's still technically in the medium mech area. So what I may do is just grab this quick draw, spend 17, carry 4 points over. No LRM2s, lots of ammo. Yeah, nothing else that really like pops as being needed. So I'll save the 4 points carried over to the next one, so we'll have 25 for the next mission. Alright, let's continue. 100,000 took a lot of damage, and you can see the difference what 100,000 damage does. We lost an arm and everything else is kind of fine, where this is like everything got rocked. So we're going to drop our Centurion here in the next mission. Did pretty good though. I think we did pretty good. No stats increases, but good work. And look at that. I'm really close to getting my reduced damage taken when under fire and almost max on my missiles. Man, it is going to be a really nice day. So that's 1 of 3. Need to switch that out. So we're going to take our C9A. We're going to drop with the second C9A. We've got our Hunchbacks all needing repairs, and the only thing we're going to switch out is our, what is this, the 4J, which is the LRMs and the medium missiles. So we're going to switch that to, should we do, really it's got to be the 4H, so we'll grab that one. It's barely taking any armor damage, only down 10 points. This is down 105, so we're going to switch this out. So let's take a look and see what we have for medium mechs. Let's go to the Hunchback, and actually let's look at, oh, we have a full functional Wolverine. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop with a Wolverine. Let's get Fletcher in. Wolverine has short range, it's got ballistics, it's got lasers, so it kind of covers the spread, gives a little bit of progress across the board. The 4SP, I think we're just going to keep. I think we're just going to keep this one. So we'll drop with this. It might be a little dicey, but we're, the Hunchbacks are kind of the workhorse of what we're doing here. And with only 10 points gone, 3 fresh mechs, should be fine. Tres, dos, uno. We'll take it away.
Our targets have given our employer nothing but problems. We've been hired as the solution. Find them and put them down for good. We'll be
All right.
standby to evac you once the job is done.
Thanks, Major. Appreciate you. Oh, right off the bat with a turret. We're going to head down the southern end. We're going to cut down through the rubble there. We're going to get to that southwestern checkpoint. We're going to move up into the central, and then we'll hit the eastern. And ad breaks in 1 minuto. So in about a minute, for those of you that are watching that are not currently subbed, we're going to be doing an ad break. I'll try and keep the combat to a minimum, but of course I can't control what other people spawn. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Keeping our eyes peeled. Ever watchful. Oh, this is just a crater. Easy peasy. I have a feeling. I'm not seeing anything trigger yet, so...
Target identified, Commander.
Oh, here we go.
Engaging Commander's target.
Go ahead and kind of circumvent some of this damage. Turn my back, let the back take a little bit. I'm gonna let them just kind of hammer that home. Let's see what we got. An Herbie. These are always lethal when unattended. This is like having a toddler. Yeah, because look at that. Oof. Attack target. There it is. Alright, first target down. We're doing okay so far. Our one Hunchback, the 4 SP, is taking a little bit more damage. That's okay. Wolverine's done very well for itself. The Hunchback 4H also doing very well for itself. So overall, we're doing really good. Let's go ahead and move into our center location. Based on what the map indicates, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a wall we've got to circumvent. Cross through almost dead center of the map. So we'll cut through there. Hopefully that's going to be a good choke point for us to take advantage of, rather than be taken advantage of. The one thing that we're also going to be looking for is a change in altitude. So if we're able to come down on an attack, that's always an optimal scenario to make sure that we are not going to fall victim. Oh, and you can actually see way out there. Let's see. So that's 1,200 meters. Let me just kind of reposition myself a little bit. And what we're going to do...
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Let's see. There. Pull to the left, so... I got something. Something connected out there. I'm really hoping that sort of activates that singular unit, and we can have them come to us. Because the longer they're coming to us, the more likely we are to be able to take advantage of our long-range weapons and get them to attack us. So that's kind of my goal. I have no idea if that person's going to reset the AI. Oh, there it is.
Primary target identified. It doesn't seem like our secondary targets are with them. Let's make this quick. Gotcha. Let's do this.
Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Sorry about that, buddy.
Good job.
And that, my friends, is what we want optimally. We've got a panther out in the distance. Okay, perfect. We dropped it.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up. We're on it, boys.
Let's get the fast mover down first. Oh, nice, replenishing the ballistics. I can use that for my... Oh, that is more mechs coming.
Eliminated. Large turret engaged. One more mech out to the front.
Wow, where is all this stuff coming from? Okay, well, we cleared that out, thank God. Alright, we've got our secondary target at the far point, so we'll start making our way that way. We've at least made a refill of our ammo to get us a little bit better off. And then we've also... I don't even know what they're shooting at, but we've also got an extra 11 grand in our bonus loot. So we'll just kind of cruise through. And look for any of these little Hunchback 4G. So this is medium lasers and AC-20 burst fire. So this is a closer short to medium range mech. So as long as we keep that distance, we're going to be A-okay. There it is. Alright, keep an eye out for any mechs. I don't see anything yet, but we still got to get through to the other side of this barrier. Oop. Somebody got it. Let's see, I don't think I can climb that. I don't think I can climb that. So, you know what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go the long way. Ultimately, I don't know how this is going to affect the overall of this mission, but we don't really have another choice. Because we are slow and we are heavy. And I don't want to go the route that they expect me to, because that's, you know, expected. And not something I like to do. Hopefully we'll cruise by one of these little walled areas. And we will get some more additional bonus loot. Anything? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? Nope. Alright, we're gonna keep rocking and rolling. We're gonna go up the lip. Rocking out, man. Big shout out to Senpai Gaming. Mr. Harris, your lo-fi mix is legit. And I want to say it was last month or the month before, they just added a whole nother album. Like another dozen or so tracks, like 25 tracks or something like that. I don't remember. It was just, he produces some good music. So kudos to him for doing a solid for streamers and providing free, royalty-free music to listen to. And I do like the lo-fi. So as we go through these wonderful, wonderful slogs through the map, because, you know, no jump jets, that is going to be what we deal with. Oof, that was a lot of laser action. That isn't even... We're not even in the right spot. Jeez. I missed. I gotta cut this way. Jeez, my squad mates are like bull in a china shop just crushing walls. For a second I thought I saw a flash of red over there. Got a little worried. I destroy your solar panels. All of your solar panels will be destroyed. Can I cut this way? I might be able to take a wee bit of a shortcut. Doesn't hurt, so let's go ahead and try it. See if I can walk up this rubble. Sometimes it's inadvertently too steep. Oh no, this is perfect. This is perfect. Cuts like butter. Alright. We're almost there, 700 meters. Part of me is thinking, well, you know, there's a little ledge there. Might be good to poke our nose out, but you know what? No. I've already gone a wild and crazy... I don't know how you could mark it. Oh, Lord. That is mechs right there. And I am all by myself. I am backing out. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Taking the hits. Taking the hits. Everyone on that target. I feel like he realizes he made a mistake. Alright. And what we're going to do is everyone focus file here. And we're just coming right behind him. Alright, we made it through to an A-OK on this one. And taking care of those little turrets. Yeah. And we are out. So that's 2 of 3 missions completed. A little bit of a boring one on that one just because it took so long. So we'll try and see if we can pick up the action on the next one. The great thing is that we overall really didn't take that much damage compared to the last one where we lost arms and practically lost a torso. Alright, unfortunately though, mech selection here is terrible. I don't want any Herbies. I don't want a fire starter. I have enough hunchbacks, and they're all 1-pip lasers, and there's only one left. I definitely don't want a Panther. I'm not looking to get any light mechs. So let's take a look at the salvage. Overall, I own everything. So I don't really see... Ooh, wait a second. We'll pick up the 2-pip small lasers. Wow. Okay. Just a bunch of these 2-pip small lasers. Unexpected. Okay, that was crazy. What is that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? We're definitely going to be able to do some upgrades on those. now that we've got 10 extras. We're still carrying over 15, so we'll be looking at, what is that, 40? Yeah, 25 and 5 is 30, and then another 10 is going to be 40. So we're going to have 40, so we could probably get like 2 mechs depending on what the overall cost is. We're going to have some damage bay, damage coverage. So our total damage cover is 2.5. We're taking 228. Our payout is 228, so we're good there. Offsetting those costs and earn another 2.8 million, 2.28 million. Fletcher got his point in lasers, which is awesome. So the Wolverine's leg is toast. Excuse me. So overall, you know, we might have to switch out the Wolverine, but that's kind of to be expected because we're 2 of 3 missions in and we aren't doing repairs. So overall, yeah, we're looking unhealthy, just unhealthy in general. So let's take a look at our Centurions first. Let's take the AL, the second AL. For Captain Fletcher, let's take a look at what we have available. Do we have another Wolverine? Nope, that's the one. Our Thunderbolt is not fully operational. We can take a Shadowhawk, and actually, I'm going to take the Shadowhawk with the LRM-5. So it's primarily going to be lasers and missiles. Let's see, for the Hunchback, what do we have in the 55-ton? We could switch it out for the PPC LRM-5 with jump jets. The Rifleman is up, but it's only got 42 damage compared to 56 and 304 for armor versus 240. So you can see where the Rifleman really just kind of comes in a little underpowered. That's primarily because it's reliant on the AC5s and it just doesn't push out the damage like it should. We don't have a up and running quick draw, so that's totally fine. We've got the Kintaros. The Kintaros are up and running. So we've got the 2 variants. We've got the 18 and the 19. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to rock the Kintaros for our replacements. I don't know how this is going to work, but if this is going to be a solid replacement, primarily missile-based, so give Emery a chance to work on missiles, it's going to give Jorgensen a chance to work on missiles, and still pushing up some lasers for the additional damage. It's 65 firepower, under 400 armor, so I think that's going to be a really solid choice when we look at things like, oh wow, look at that, 91 firepower versus 65. It's mostly because of the SRM-6s. So this is all long range. This is going to rely on those SRM-6s to push that damage. So even compared to the 19 at 65 versus the Shadowhawk at 56, 336 versus 376. So what we get is essentially a little bit better cooling on the Shadowhawk, and primarily because it runs the PVC and that runs hotter than Hades. So, you know, when you're firing off the PVC, it's going to produce that heat and it needs the extra cooling. So this is going to be an interesting mix. Lots of missiles, lots of lasers, not any ballistics. We don't have a single ballistic in here, so it's going to be a little different from what you're used to, but overall shouldn't be too bad. Alright, tres, dos, uno, let's go ahead and drop. We like it. Target destroyed. So we're going to take this little pathway here. So when we get close to that bottom area, it's going to activate essentially both of those locations and both of those locations' defenses. So the problem that we're going to run into is that if we take any heavy damage in the first location, it's going to leave us very vulnerable when we're taking an uneven number of targets at the bottom of the map. So that's ultimately what we're trying to prevent. Good job, Captain Fletcher. Alright, bonus loot. I can... Oh, we've got a mech already. Let's get everyone on it. away from the burning wreckage of a mech. And let's get a little closer. Alright, so we should stay relatively coasting. Keep turning on my night vision when I'm meaning to turn off my map. We should be able to coast this down, get to the bottom of the first location. I don't actually know where it's at because it kind of looks like it's up on this ridge, but it also kind of doesn't look like it's on the ridge. Ultimately, I just don't want to be down there and caught in the open.
Target acquired. Target neutralized.
Money. There it is. Oh, I gotta remember my buttons for this. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Alright, let's make a move for it. I'm going to stay to the left side of this ledge area. If I can activate and destroy whatever it is that marker or that indicator is before we can start getting anything to spawn in, even better. I may be able to fool the system if I have enough range and still able to see the target. So I believe my max range here with the large laser is 900. I don't have any ballistics, but I should be able to fire off some missiles, slow it down a little bit. Perfect. We haven't activated anything, so we're going to bail. Let's go ahead and see if we can make our way down. Oh, that might hurt. Have a little rest. We're going to just target that.
Good work, Commander.
Perfect.
That's one less target.
And look at that.
Enemy transport touching down. That was a great showing, Commander. Our benefactor will be pleased with our success. Now,
So we didn't have to activate the point. They're all stuck, and I don't know if this is going to end up glitching them out. They may end up staying up there, but I'm going to just cruise up the side of this hill. See if I can get back up in here and start helping them out, because they are going to get probably 2 mechs to drop, and I want to make sure that they're
find the acquisition.
okay.
Walk up to it in order to pick it up. Acquired. Tango smoked. Cargo acquired.
Salvage recovered, and the expectation is likely that they were expecting me to be way down there in order to get to the last spot, and we're basically just gonna cruise on out of here. We're not even gonna say hello. We're just gonna let them kind of do their thing and expect me to be there, and I'm just not gonna be there. We're gonna get out before we incur any damage. Oh, we do need mech salvage though. What do we got up there? Might be worthwhile. Form on me.
File formation, sir.
See if I can get them to get towards me.
New target, Locus.
Oh, Locust is definitely not what I want. That Locust is probably going to be attacking whatever mech is up front here. Yep. And that is not awesome.
Hostile leg down.
Go. Oh, this plan may have backfired. I may have been too efficient. Well, let's just bail. We don't want to take too much damage. And we clearly haven't activated them for them to come after me. I don't even know where they're at. It may have just been that Locust and some tanks. So we may not get the salvage that we wanted out of this one, but at least we got the one Wolverine. We'll stay hopeful that maybe we'll get a little activity sign indicator. Doesn't look like it though. That's okay.
Window for extraction is closing. Let's get out of here.
Yes, let's get out of here. Boom. Look at that, making steady progress. And all we got was a cicada, so all that work for nothing basically. But that's okay, we will stock up on other things. We can always use more heat sinks. Oh man, that kind of sucks because the good mission that we needed to get drops from, we did not get really anything. I will take the cicada for the sole purpose of selling. I don't really want any no-pip items, so I will take what I can. But everything else is kind of junk to me. I guess I could take these just to sell. Same with these. Yep, that's going to be it. So overall, did much better on that round. The Kentaro 19 took a little bit of a hit, but I kind of split us all up at the end there, so a little bit to be expected. Now, before we end the stream tonight, let's go ahead and do some maintenance. So we went into Mandate. I think we went up here. We did the mission. We've got High Spire with some missions here. Independence against House Merrick. We're working on that Merrick. House Lao against House Davion. Let's take a look. So we know we can get some medium mechs for certain. Then we get into things like the heavier medium mechs, Enforcer, Crabs, potentially a Griffin. Got our Hunchback, some small mechs. We have the potential. It's rare for a quick draw. Rifleman's more common. Shadowhawk. Get that Wolverine. A Trebuchet would be nice. And then we have a ton of mechs we have not actually encountered yet. And especially a 60-ton. It might be worthwhile. I mean, we could definitely look at doing this. Now, we took 2 rounds of mechs taking hits. So 20 days, either one is 20. So let's go to Pericacy. We've got a rare mech there. And the 100,000 that we burn flying and the 100,000 back. Ooh, rare Wolverine. So fully repaired and ready and functional, SRM6, and the rest is all medium lasers. So it's a 6K variant. Let's take a look at what we got inside. So first, so 28,000 and only 3 days. So that's going to be a much quicker repair. 42,000, 23. All of these would be taking 60 to 90% penalties and cost. And then our days to repair would add in essentially a doubling. So it just really, really helps kind of keep the cost at a manageable level. So we're going to just go through all of our mechs. So we've got a 6R. So this is jump jets, short range missiles, medium laser, and then an AC-5 burst fire. So again, very close range kind of a concept. Let's go ahead and fix our 4J. We're going to fix our 4H, our 4SP. Everything is getting repaired. Here's our Kintaro 19. We're going to go ahead and repair this. We're missing the NARC, so essentially this is one of the things that we need to adjust on the 16 or the 19, and then we'll get that up and running. Let's see what the repair cost is. 2.2 million. Okay. 4J also needing some repairs. 1 million. And what about our crab? 1.3. So those were all like 2 million plus repairs that we would have had to spend if we were outside. And this is where we're going to make some of that money back, is selling our Kintaro. So let's take a look at our sell option. I'm sorry, our Cicada. Sell that Cicada, make back 1.1. Basically completely offsets one of our mechs that we're repairing. Alright, so we've got a ton of mechs in repair. Let's take a look at this Wolverine. So it's rocking the SRM-6s, as you see in the top corner, or its shoulder, and then the rest is all lasers. So what we're missing, essentially, is our jump jets. Honestly, if we didn't already have our hunchbacks, if we didn't already have a good arsenal there, I would say, yeah, let's go ahead and get this. But right now, the Wolverine is going to be fastly approaching its end of life when we're comparing against something like our hunchbacks. Just going to perform better for us versus we already have them. So we won't necessarily need to do anything there. As far as what we're looking to sell, so let's jump over to our sell option. Let's go ahead and sell each one of those. We picked up some AC-5s to sell. We picked up... Where is it? I wish there was a filter. I don't see a way to filter by the number of pips it has. I swear we bought more or picked up more in that salvage than we could have used. Overall, not terrible. Alright, so let's take a look at the purchase side. So we made a good amount of money, but we turned around and basically spent all of it. So let's go to the all. Just do one quick scroll. LRM 20 Streak. Pick up one more of those. Owned only 2, so we'll pick up all of those. They're cheap. SRM 6 3 pips. We'll go ahead and pick up both of those. And I don't think we need anything else. Let's go back to the cell real quick and let's cruise on down here. Let's see. I don't own any jump jets, so we're good there. So, let's take a look at our timeline first. Let's see how long it's going to take to get most of these things taken care of. So really 30, 41, 47. So we don't need the Kintaro, we don't need the quick draw. The 4J would be nice. The crab, again, very nice. But for the most part, everything else that we're looking at is going to be 90s or less. Let's just take a quick look at our pilots. Lambert at 45 points would be interesting. When we take a look at our pilot roster, though, we've got our backup at 43, we've got 45, 46, and 51. So no reason to take another pilot on at this point. It's just going to be a nice to have. So let's jump over to our star map. We're going to jump over to High Spire. Was it? I think it was High Spire? Yeah. And primarily because we can take a hit against House Davion. 8 points won't be too bad. We've got a little buffer of where we're at the +5 mark. And then we can go over it to essentially add to that. And taking an 8-point hit won't be terrible. We'll eventually earn that all back. Downside, though, is that it's House Lao, and we haven't been doing very well for that faction. We can go down here to the Moravian. It's another multi-mission, but it's going to be House Davion against House Merrick. Not really interested in demolishing that particular set of faction yet. So let's take a look over here. House Lao against Independence. I wouldn't want to do this, but I could probably do this assassination contract. So let's do that, actually. Let's go ahead and do this. It's going to be a 20-day run. And then this is going to give us... let's see, what do we get for the Lao? And what I'm primarily looking for is those heavier mechs. So far, nothing too crazy. Bunch of Hunchback variants. The Jaeger mech, but we sold ours. It didn't really work very well. Let's see. Got a Shadowhawk. Nope, that's going to not be... Oh, could do a quick draw. Rifleman. Get that Trebuchet. It's uncommon. Let's see. Vindicator variants. Get another Wolverine. And then we've got one rare 60-ton mech that we could potentially get. So not a great spread, but in the grand scheme of things, in order to get that Lao faction down, our Davion back up, we could do that. And what we could do is essentially take the hits. No, where was it? Wherever it was, we could take the hit, but ultimately, you know, this is going to be more of a backup action. Let's take a look at Camel. Independence against House Davion. It's a multiple mission. Don't really want to do a multiple mission tonight, but we could do a Independence against House Lao, and that would help push our independence. It's a demolition, so we just gotta blow stuff up. So that's not too bad, and that's gonna be a 13-day, so we wouldn't get most of our mechs. But what we can do is take a quick trip down here and do a little bit more shopping. Spending that money. Alright, so let's start with our equipment. Let's see what's for sale. Anything 2-pip. 2 pips or better. Got a large laser. We have 8. They're only 187. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 more. LRM 20. I'll go ahead and buy the 1. And that's basically it. Alright, let's take a look at our mech market. Ooh, slim pickings. Just a blackjack and a Jenner. So not really anything that we want here. Let's take a look at the pilots. 3740, 3848. Slight increase. Starts out with max ballistics. But you know, the sad thing is that at 48 points it really isn't giving us a ton of increase. So now we're going to be looking at those like low 50s for our next pilots to make it worthwhile. So let's see, that was going to be a 13-day trip there. Let's see, if we do another 13, that'll be 26 days. That should get us close to where we want to go. And, ooh, high reward. It's a industrial espionage. It's a dual mission. First one is going to be demolition. Second one's going to be raid. The payout is 300,000 and a reputation reward of 658. Our normal rewards right now are around 220, so that's a huge increase. I think I'm going to have to stop here. I'm going to do the Independence mission first. So let's go ahead and travel here. Oh, we've got a view transmission. Sabotage the new Certus shipment yards with an unknown reward. Rasper Owens, Inc. This message comes with word regards from Rasper Owens Incorporated. Here at Rasper Owens, our production of jump ships and drop ships is a shining beacon of pride and resilience for all Capellians. Despite our trailblazing innovations, to keep our ancient factory online, we run on a razor-thin margin, and our facility continues to slide into despair. The new Certus shipyard, firmly entrenched with our hated enemy House Davion, allow their dropships to be illegally sold at bargain basement prices, which undercuts our profits, thus furthering that slide. So clearly this is going to be a Lao versus Davion mission. The rep is huge. The unknown, I'm always a sucker for. So let's go ahead and look at taking that. So if we go into our operations, we can go objective logs, look at industrial operations, view system, and it's going to take us into the Ares system. So what is here? Okay, so this is essentially going to take us into the second part. So we do part 1 over here on Ares, part 2 on Bethel. So that's okay. We're going to do our current system. Let's take a look at our battle mechs, what's still not fixed. We've got our 4 SP that's still being worked on. Oh no, it's done. We have to do some additional repairs and changes. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at missiles first. SRM 6. So I only have one. No, I have 4. Why didn't that get repaired? Why? I don't know what's going on with this guy. Yeah, we're gonna go and repair. Oof. I don't know what just happened. I don't know why these guys didn't repair back when we were there. But we'll figure that part out. We've got most of our mechs repaired. We only have the Crab, the Hunchback 4J, the Quick Draw, and the Kintaro. And those are not primary mechs that we drop with. So we should be able to take this contract no problem. So this is going to be... Here we go. So Independence versus House Lao. We're going to have a 230-ton mech limit. 33 difficulty should be fairly manageable. We're going to go ahead and take just under $500,000 in coverage. We're going to try and take 21 points should be a good starting point, and then we'll take a couple of pips in money, just because we've already spent a couple million, and we're going to need a couple million more to finish repairing some of these items. Alright, let's go ahead and confirm. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our overall. Let's jump into our heavies. We now have some of our heavies available to us. We still need to get this Thunderbolt fixed up, so it'll be on the next run through. We have our Dragon, not really my keenest mech, but let's take a look at our Centurions. We should be able to get hopefully one of these updated. Okay, nope, we don't got it. Let's go ahead and keep the AL that we've got currently. Actually, other than the Kintaro, I think what we're going to do is switch back to our Hunchbacks. So let's go ahead and do our, where's our, there we go, Burst Fire. The Kintaro 18 actually we're going to keep. We're going to switch this out, and we're going to go to a Hunchback here as well. So we've got the 4H. I'm going to knock that out. And actually, I kind of, let's do this. Let's give the Hunchback 4H, and then we'll move the Kintaro over here. Lots of missiles. We got a lot of room to grow for Captain Emery on the missile front. So we'll do that. We've got a good selection of mechs. We're still under tonnage. We're only up 5 tons essentially, with the Kintaro being at 55. Everything else is at 50. It's not the roster we wanted, but it's the roster we got. Tres, dos, uno. Let's go ahead and drop with this. And let's see what happens. Gotta say, I'm really happy with the update on the paint style. Where'd it go? It was right there. And we're gonna go away because that's missiles incoming. Oh, we got an Irby mech right there. Right, so far so good on these Irbies. Alright, I'm gonna work on the Partisans, because these things hurt. ahead and set that blackjack on fire.
Target destroyed. New target blackjack.
Alright. Let's get in there. Let's start destroying some stuff. An easy thing to do here, if anyone's watching out there and you're like, how do I do these demo missions quickly and easily? With a medium-sized mech, you can cream these buildings, and every section is usually worth about 1%. So you can get several easy percentages for any of these items that you're demolishing just by running them over. So you don't need any ammo, you don't need anything special. You just kind of walk right through them, and then they all just kind of start adding on to that particular percentage you're aiming for, which is 0. You start working towards they have nothing left. Let's go ahead and walk this way. And the one thing you gotta watch out for is the pipes, because the pipes can be explosive, and then you just run into all sorts of problems.
This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
Okay, come on, guys. Just need 1%. What am I going to destroy? There it is.
Place has been baffled. Now, let's get out of here before more trouble arrives. Head to the evac zone.
Oh, hello.
Copy. We're on it, sir.
Oh, I need short-range missiles. Now I need them. Alright, just go ahead and ignore me. No big deal. I'll just keep following you. And that dude ejected. Alright.
Coordinated attack target received.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Target destroyed.
Ooh.
Tango eliminated.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
How do I feel? Oh, there was a mech over me. Okay, so this is one of those dangers. You have to watch out for the terrain, because there's actually a big giant valley, and if you were to step off of it, it's actually a far enough drop that it will damage your legs. And I've had an incident where I was really not sitting in a good place with my legs, and of course, naturally, that ended up meaning that as soon as I landed, I blew up my legs. And the downside is not having legs means you move incredibly slow, and it made it very hard to exit out of the current mission.
Destroy that mech.
Alright, we've got some new Ooh, here we go. Trebuchet. This is what we were looking for. That's a lot of missiles. And I'm going to ignore the crab because I want to get rid of that trebuchet. And hopefully those are not short range. Oh man, that hurts to be the trebuchet. Circle around. We're gonna say hello to my little friend. And she's done. Alright, cross our fingers. What we're hoping for is that trebuchet to drop. That's the goal, the trebuchet. I mean, if the crab drops, I'll take it. Everything's gonna help. And if nothing else, that just means I can sell it and they're worth a little bit more money. Money's not a bad thing. And then, oh, here we go. Alright, let's see what kind of surprises we're going to get in this last little stretch. Last 500 meters. Drop something cool for me. And, oh, hello. What else we still got out of there? Anything else? No others? I mean, that's not a bad last volley. Oh, hello. You know what, this is just a lot of small mechs and it's a lot of noise. I think it is time for me to bail before I take any additional damage. What's up, Wrecked? It's going good, man. You know, just plowing through some more missions, working on that rep, grinding that money. You know how it is. It's always a grind for that money, that shmoney. How are you doing, sir? Oh, and then you see your drops and you just sink a little bit. there's nothing really good. Yay! Didn't get the trebuchet, didn't get the crab. Didn't really get anything that was worthwhile. So I'll grab the spider, and I'll grab the locust, and then I guess I'll take an LRM 10. Yeah, there we go. Used it all up. Oh man, I was really hoping that we'd get something good. We had the potential. We had a trebuchet drop in the mission. That, of course, we did not get. We had a crab that dropped. Everything else was locust, jenners, spiders, and what else did I see? I think it was basically locust, jenners, spiders, and I want to say maybe something else, but it was all light mechs. But it was like we had 5 locusts there at the end, and well, 4 locusts and a jenner. It's just like, nah, we don't need to get. We need to get out of here. Oh snaps! 10 out of 10. So the last thing I need to work on is my missiles, and then I'll be maxed out for my skill level, which is pretty awesome. I took 100,000 in damage, and I knew that was time for me to bail. I could tell from just the indicators that I was looking good. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up the review here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our battle mechs and how much it's going to cost to fix everything. Total 150,000. Jeez, that's going to be painful. 72. And oh, that's not what I meant to do. We're going to cancel that quick draw. Wait. The Kintaro. Cancel that. Wait, which one is it? Oh, the 18. Sorry, 18. Yeah, we're gonna get back that 92. And then what's this gonna cost? 115. So we're taking a 45% addition and 85% longer. It's almost gonna be worthwhile to go back into a trade area and do all of our repairs. Let's take a look at our star map. We've got one right here. Look at that, right there. Boom. We're gonna travel back. It's going to end up costing us an extra 50 grand plus maybe 100,000, but we're going to end up saving when we're adding 45% to all of our costs. So when we look at this from that 150 down to 103, which it should be, so that right there, that cut the 50,000 down. That was 90,000. Like it's ridiculous. So when we're getting into those higher numbers, this is going to make it a much more economical option for us. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Let's go and do some repairs. This is going to cost us 1.3 million. That's essentially everything we just made. Let's do some minor repairs here, 100,000. Minor repairs there, another 50. Let's go into the mech market, blackjack jenner, so nothing's changed. We are going to sell. Where is the locust that we just picked up? So we'll sell that, make an extra 400,000. And then we picked up a... What else did we pick up? The spider? Yeah, the spider to sell. And that's going to be another... So almost a mil. So we basically just picked up 2 mechs and offset the cost of repairing 1 more. Let's see. We picked up a fair share of just kind of random stuff. Let's go and do a little quick maintenance on our inventory here of mechs. We now have 2 Kintaro 19s. Yeah. I wish there was a better way to filter this, so that way it more appropriately matched the kind of way I want to look at things. Make it the way I want it to be. So ultimately, we'll get everything fixed up though. We needed to do this. Okay, so it needs a machine gun and the machine gun ammo. So, machine gun ammo, do I not have any machine gun? So, market, machine gun ammo, easy peasy, and I think that'll do it. So if we start that work, that takes care of it. So it was just missing ammo for the machine gun, which is, that's fine. We'll get the Thunderbolt back into the rotation. Ooh, lots of stuff here. Load out. Let's go. Okay. This 4J, boom, boom. We're going to get rid of the 2 LRMs. We're going to drop in the 2-pip. We're going to get rid of these 0-pip medium lasers. Let's go in here, and we're going to drop in, bam, bam, upgrades. This is like Oprah. You get an upgrade, you get an upgrade, you get an upgrade. We're going to, in turn, no, drop that out. We're going to take a 1-pip laser. Actually, I get 25. So let's go ahead and take this. Alright, so we've just made a huge increase overall, a little bit more efficient in terms of the damage and our heat generation. So if we take a look at the, where are the medium lasers? Yeah, the 1-pip are just a little bit better than the others. So overall, going to be good there. If that's all we need, we're going to start that work. That's going to cost us 16 grand. It'll be worth it. Let's see, crab, medium lasers. Let's take a look at the loadout here. Again, we've got an issue with the medium lasers. We're just gonna upgrade things. I don't, well, at least for the large lasers, let's do this. Let's take care of the large lasers. Let's get these bad boys in. We'll get the small laser out. We've got tons of small lasers, so we don't have to worry about it. Where are our small lasers? Small lasers 2-pip. And then we're going to go ahead and upgrade our medium laser. Where are our medium lasers? With a 1-pip. So overall, just, you know, getting those little bits of upgrades here and there get us going. Okay, let's start that work. Only 8 grand. Easy peasy. Let's see. So that's our Hunchback 4J. It's got Hunchback 4J. Let's take a look at the quick draw. Let's edit the loadout. Now, the reason I want to edit this loadout is we are missing some basic stuff. So let's get rid of the medium lasers, and we're going to get rid of this, and then we're going to get rid of this. We're going to add that additional weight back in. Alright, so let's start with our medium lasers, and we're going to put in those 1-pips. See, this is the problem. We end up having a lot of things with medium lasers, and it's the one thing like that you end up running through really quick. We're gonna get rid of this LRM 10, and we're gonna put in a LRM 10 1-pip, and then we're gonna get rid of the SRM 4, and we're gonna put in an SRM 4. We've got 7, so we'll put in the 2-pip. We're going to knock out our jump jets because I don't want them. I don't want it. So looking good so far. And what this ultimately allows me to do is I've got now 5 extra tons. So I can look at bumping up some of our front armor. So we'll do 34s. We'll jump the head up to 20. We'll jump the center torso up to 40. Rear up to 20. We'll jump these up to 16. We'll max out the arms. Get nice and sturdy. We'll max out the legs. Maybe take them to 50. Let's see, 50. Got room, so let's take it to maxed out legs. So maxed out legs, maxed out arms, our fronts. So let me just kind of slowly work on getting this up. And we'll upgrade the head. We're kind of in that slim picking zones where now we've only got 2 more points. I'm going to take front facing over rear. And then front facing over rear. Go. I got exactly a half ton. I know exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to take an LRM half ammo and pop it in. Boom, 60 tons. We've dropped the jump jets. We've added 144 to our total armor. We added an extra half point onto our firepower overall. Increased our max range with an upgraded LRM. Upgraded all of our medium lasers. We've upgraded our SRM 4. overall, I think we're rocking and rolling here. We're very much so on the heavily armored side with the quick draw. We've increased our overall firepower. I mean, the only thing that I can think of is dropping some of the armor a little bit and adding another heatsink in there. It's not going to do a whole lot in terms of the overall efficiency. Only adds 0.1 up front, so it's going to be an okay thing to not have those heat sinks added in. So let's go ahead and start this work. It's going to cost us 90,000. These are the kind of retrofits that are going to make us do much better. Let's take a look at our riflemen. So I want to start dropping the riflemen, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it becomes a situation where we just have to balance this out and look at what's going to work best for our scenario. Now, AC5 burst fire, I believe we have we've got an AC5, so that's going to be 5.5 pounds versus 6. So I think what we can do is look at some of our other options. Like, here we go. We can just upgrade these to, let's see, where is our tonnage? Still 8 tons. AC5 2 pips. Bam. A little bit of an increase in terms of our overall damage. The large lasers, we're going to drop those. Jump back into the lasers. And we've got a few... yeah, we're going to go with the 2 pips. Just do a little bit of an upgrade there. We're going to leave the 1 pips because overall that's going to be just fine. We've got AC5 ammo that's split between the 2 AC5s. A single heatsink in the leg. We're at our 60 tons. And what we did was we kept the armor the same, but we increased the damage just a smidge, just a tiny little bit. But overall, it gives us a little bit more firepower, a little bit something more. Do we want to keep it? Not really. We're going to cancel that out. Actually, what we're going to do, even though we've repaired this bad boy, I think what we're going to ultimately do, and what I think I'm going to do right now, is just sell it. Because I think we can take advantage of that money in other places. Oh, yeah. If you've got an idea on the rifleman, shoot, man, I'm all for it. What I did with the... let me jump back over here. The Thunderbolt, I got the 5S. So let me go into... I can't... Oh, it's currently being repaired. It's almost done. So, honestly, to tell you the truth, the reason I would say sell the Rifleman is when you look at it stat-wise. So, we upgraded the large lasers from essentially what we have now, which is our 1-pip large lasers to 2-pip large lasers, and we upgraded the AC5 to AC5 2-pip burst fires, and all we saw was a 0.8 or whatever, 1.4% increase. And stat for stat, if we compare this, so just kind of as a reference, so we're comparing the Rifleman, 240 armor, 42 damage, versus a Hunchback, 320 armor, 87 firepower. Like, it's just at the end of the day, it's a no contest. Like, the Hunchback actually beats out on a Rifleman, and it's 10 tons heavier. Like, there just isn't really a concept of where that balances out in terms of its overall output and efficiency. And I see this in things like the Dragon. Yeah, it has 400 points of armor and it can take some damage, but it just has no real firepower. I felt like I was constantly hitting things, and nothing was ever blowing up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell the Rifleman. I've kind of wasted a little bit of money repairing it, but overall I think in the long run it's going to end up saving me a lot of money to not have it than trying to figure out how to make it work. And for 2.8 million, it basically offsets a bunch of the costs that I got. Let's take a look at... we've got 3 Griffins. So I'm missing a PPC. It's a PPC and an LRM, and a PPC and an LRM. The PPC and the jump jets, I'm just not a jump jet person. So what I'd rather have, if you look at the stats, the 50 extra armor, and essentially get it going there. I'd much rather have these 2 variants than this one, where the jump jets are still there. So I'm glad I've worked through these and gotten them all updated. So I'm going to sell this one that has the PPC and the jump jets. So let me go in here, sell, down to Griffin, and I'm looking for the one with the PPC and the jump jets. So this is the one I'm going to sell. Alright, so next, and let me just drag these up so I stop having to scroll so much. Got this guy. Let's get all of our hunchbacks together. And this is currently under repair. It's our 4 SP. Yeah, down here. Oh yeah, definitely. So, in our last episode, last week, we ran through the 3 hunchbacks of the Centurion and a 230 weight, so we were at 200 tons out of the 230 available, and we demolished the mission. It was ridiculous. I just did it again at the start of the stream today. It was outstanding watching those hunchbacks just actually demolish mechs. So with our hunchbacks, we're looking really good. Let's get this guy a little bit further down because Quick Draw is a little bit heavier of a mech. So we're going to bring this down here. And actually, let's switch this up. Let's take this over here. Alright, so we do have our 2 Shadowhawks. So, issue here, when we take a look, I've rebalanced this out. So 304 versus 336. Firepower is the same, so this is essentially going to be sacrificing the jump jets to get better armor. So with that, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this as a backup for right now. And as soon as we're ready, we're going to go ahead and sell this guy. Quick Draw is getting repaired. Second Quick Draw, I'm scared to see what the total cost is. 2.2. So it's a good thing I'm selling mechs. The Kintaro 19 uses the Narc ammo, and in this one, I have rebuilt it where it gets rid of the Narc because I don't have any Narcs, and I don't have any Narc ammo. I have 1 Narc ammo. So this is going to be kind of my variant for right now. I took a hit for the damage. And again, 376, I took the armor over the ammo, or over the firepower. We got some need. We got some need to replace some things. So as you can see, we're short on medium laser 2 pips, but we can now replace. So we can go boop, 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 and we can go boop, 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 boop. Whew. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and drop that 3 pip in place. And this boat is going to be back up and running. So 10,000, easy peasy, back up and running. 4J needs a lot of work. Let's take a look at the C9A. C9A, they're currently in repair. The AH, we're looking good. So overall, I mean, we're spending a ton of money, but we're also making back a fair amount. And really the only thing we have left to really fix up is the second Quick Draw. So let's go ahead and, we're just going to bite the bullet. 2.2 million, we'll make it back. We have a huge chunk of our fleet now under repair or under rebuild. I mean, look at this timeline. It's literally the next 60 days of just repairs. It's crazy. Man, what the thing that I didn't realize until the first time when we ran that 4 mission sequence was when we run the 4, the carryover of the salvage. Whoo! I think we're going to be sitting pretty good on any multi-missions with the way we go. And hopefully we'll get the drops we need to continue getting some better mechs. And by better, I mean the actually useful heavy or medium into heavy mechs. And then once we start to make that transition a little bit more seamless, we start to get some better mech options for those. Things like the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt is legit. I love the Thunderbolt. It's been a really good workhorse for me. When we start getting things like the Quick Draws and we start modifying them to get their kind of under control ordnance, when we start dropping more Griffins, the Shadowhawks, start dropping Wolverines, we're going to start to see that I'm not going to be using any of the Hunchbacks, the Kintaros, or the C9s, the Centurions, and we'll start phasing those out for the next level. But I would love to get another Thunderbolt in terms of our options here, just because there's not a ton available to us. Alright, so we did a fair amount of cleanup, we did a fair amount of kind of the organization and walking through what we're doing to fix up some of our mechs. We were able to buy some of the equipment we needed. Thankfully, this was available to us. Just checking the store to see if there's anything else. We've still got 8 large lasers, so we're good there. And ballistics. Yeah, just haven't been having really good luck there. So, let's take a look at our star map. We're currently here. We're going to head down to, was it the House Davion? Oh, here we go. An assassination contract against House Lao. I think that's where we're going to head next. So let's go ahead and travel. Yeah, the Thunderbolt is just, whoo, compared to some of the ones that we've been seeing before, no contest. House Davion, look at this one. Assassination, 200-ton limit. Oh, this is right in our wheelhouse. All right, let's go ahead and take 1 pip of damage. We're gonna max out our salvage shares at only 18, but that's fine. And then we're gonna max this out. Well, we might as well just do that. I don't know that we're gonna take 2 million in damage, but it is what it is.
The mission area is under heavy weather warning.
We are over in tonnage because of the Kentaro, so let's go ahead and check a look at what's fixed up for our hunchbacks. It's going to be the 4SP. Yeah, this is perfect. And we're going to switch back to our C9A. Ad break is going to be starting here in about a minute. Yeah, the Thunderbolt, whoo, man, it just pushes out damage. It's crazy. So for those of you that are not subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It is September, which means with Twitch, it is September. So there are discounts all month long for you to subscribe. So if you so choose to take advantage of that, please feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and use that subscribe. If you're going to be gifting any subscriptions, keep in mind, I believe it is the last 4 days of the month, Twitch is going to be offering a discount on those gifted subs. As always, if you have your Amazon Prime subscription, you also get a monthly recurring sub that you can give out. And if you so choose to give it out to me, oh my God, bless your heart, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For those of you that are subbed, I'm going to give you the special advantage of watching the introduction as we get started on the mission now. Tres, dos, uno. Let's drop. Take it away, loading screen. Dropping the fat beats. Alright, let's take a look-see and see what we need to do. Alright, let's not face the wall. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop in. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge because in order to avoid the activation of multiple sort of point locations, we have to kind of be strategic about this because those first two are pretty close together. Do we have a far drop here? We're going to do a little bit of a wall juggling here. Hopefully not drop too far that we take any damage. And hopefully these guys just figure it out. Come on guys, form up on me. Wow, look at that spot. We'll let him stew it. We're gonna sit right here. Where's the second arm? Toast. And then let's call the dudes to start form up on me. I don't know what that dude is doing back there, but that is a-okay. I've got at least 3 of us here. We're gonna form up. Essentially climb this little section here. I think I can make this let me climb this little kind of hop up here. Okay. Perfect. We can bail. We can totally bail here. Now, taking a look at the battle map, it's essentially at the end of this corridor. So we just need to figure out what's going on with that one mech. And it may be stuck. Let's see, whose is that? I don't know what hunchback that is from this distance. So let me do this. So if we go F2, is this Fletcher? Everyone just form up on me. I have a feeling that mech is stuck. That mech may be glitched out. Alright, I saw a mech out here somewhere. Oh, another Irby. Oof. Feels bad, game. Where? Behind us? Nope, it's gone. This is why we don't just walk up and step on pipes.
Ready to start pickup operation.
There we go.
Excellent find, Commander. Beginning recovery now. Boom. Dead.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that one mech of mine is just totally glitched out. Yeah, and it's attracting the locusts over there, so I'll let it continue to work on that. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Who said you could hit me with missiles? Alright. Everywhere else has been a bust, so I'm expecting some heavy contact and resistance. We're going to be doing this a mech shy. You know, I take the risk sometimes when I decide to do things like jump off the ledges, but end of the day, it's kind of what it is.
I have a visual on the target. Take them out.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. That's a lot of missiles.
Target shared, engaging. Enemy mech eliminated.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
That is not fair. Get down here. Heyo. Alright, now let's focus on this trebuchet. And let's try and knock it out.
Got our target. Nicely done. Now let's get you all home. Head to the evac point.
Target destroyed.
Oh, that is an enemy evac, or an enemy drop. Let's see what's dropping over here. Let's max speed out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can pull this in using line of sight as if this was an MMO. And then that is just a, there we go. Whew, that was just nasty turning the corner. Oh my lord, yet another set of... Oh no, that's our friendly. That's our friendly. Okay, let's get out of here before we take any more damage. Yee! Dig it. Oh, yes. Oh. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to take the Thunderbolt. Nicely done. Thank you, RNGesus. You've really helped me out, and with the last 2 points, I will take the 2 medium laser 2 pips because I don't have any really, and I need lots of them. I would love to take more of the small lasers, but I still have 24, so ultimately it's just going to be those 2 medium lasers that I need. So this is huge. This is a huge, huge win. Huge win. And we got 2.2 million. Man, easily pay for all these costs like nobody's business. So on top of that, we've got our Hunchback that just ended up finishing up. Let's go ahead and do some repairs here. So when we hit this, this is going to be 5 days, or 10 days isn't going to be too bad. So 20,000 penalty, 5 days, not great. 35,000 in penalty, 11 days. So that's going to hurt. 4 days, 14,000, that's not too bad, and 20,000 in 5 days. Really, it's going to be the 4G that hurts the most, so not too bad. You know, all things considered, we can always swap out some of our other Hunchbacks. We're getting some in the pipeline to get repaired, and we're not going to be sticking around for this contract because I really don't care to lose Independent to gain on House Lao, so that's going to be totally fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at our star map. And we're going to have at least, let's see, that's the demolition and that's the raid. So I could do the raid here. It's going to be, what, a 13-day trip? But I kind of want to cross the, go all the way across, get 27 days under our belt, and do the raid first. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 150,000, 27 days. Get a ton more of our mechs out of the repair bay. And overall, look at that, back up to 28 million. So looking pretty good. Let's see, Griffin, Phoenix Hawk, nothing I really want there. Equipment-wise, what I'm praying for is really just those medium lasers. I don't have a lot, I'm going to take the one. I will sell some of these small lasers, because I just don't need that many. So sell, own, oh, here we go, small laser 2 pips. We're going to go and bring this down to a more realistic 12. I mean, sold 12, cut it in half, make a little bit of money. Sucks that there isn't anything else that's really worthwhile here. Yeah, just not really what I was looking for. Supercharger Mark 1. Can override the safe engine output levels to achieve short bursts of speed. Sustained overuse risks structural damage in the center torso. Compatible with a motive upgrade Mark 1 hardpoints on 20 to 25 ton mechs. Wow. Acceleration boost 400%. Yeah, that's a good question. Are there any good pilots available? No pilots available. Kind of a little disappointing, but that's totally fine. So what we're going to do is we've been streaming for just about 2 hours now. We're going to leave off on the start here. We'll pick this up on our next one. We'll get the first of the high value missions taken care of. It's a demolition mission, so we'll go in, lots of long range, lots of missiles, just go ahead and crash that out. Maybe take the Wolverine to have those SRMs at our hands and be able to do some of that combat inside of a base and not have to worry about not being able to leverage our long range, because that's always an awesome option. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. And with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and close things out. Wrecked, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate you coming out, spending some time with us, taking a look at what I'm doing, the crazy thought process, fixing up Rifleman, then making the decision it's really not worth it, and selling it as an example. You know what? You're my good luck charm. You helped me get my second Thunderbolt. So if we go back in and take a look at that, you know, that's a huge upgrade that we got right there with that Thunderbolt, and it's going to very much come in handy. Comparing that to our current, we've got a 5S right now. We've just picked up that 5N, a little bit more on the laser / missile boat, and then the 5S, which has the machine guns, the LRMs, an SRM, and some lasers. Overall, you know, it's going to be great to start mixing this up and getting some additional things in there. Overall, I think it's going to be an awesome mech to have in the rotation. So I'll close things out as I always do. Time is the most valuable currency in the world, and when you spend it, you can never get that time back. So the fact that you spend any time with me means the world to me, and I thank you so much for spending that time with me tonight. And as always, if you catch me on Twitch, Tuesday, Thursdays playing MechWarrior 5, our cozy, if we can make it work, stream on Sundays is going to be Pathfinder Kingmaker. Once we actually get that series kicked off, hopefully this weekend. And then from there, we're going to be looking out for news on MechWarrior 6. We're going to be looking at what's coming out for new games. We're going to be looking at, you know, maybe down the road as Starfinder kind of settles out, they fix some of the bugs that it's got in the system. If we can get that kind of polished out in the next, say, you know, who knows, couple weeks, maybe a month or two, we'll go ahead and pick up Starfield and start playing that on stream, and then cruise through that. There's some systems in there that I definitely want to get my hands on and start trying out, like the base building and the ship building. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining me, regardless of what game I'm playing, because as we engage in these conversations, Wrecked Merc, thank you so much for joining me again. Oh my god, new DLC coming at the end of the month? What? They just came out with new DLC last month. Beginning of August was the Rise of Ra's al Ghul or was it the beginning of August? It seems like it was just then. So I'll start looking into this new DLC that just is coming out. I was not aware of it, so I'll look into the news on that, and we'll see what's going on with the MechWarrior world. Oh, now it's the dragon. Okay, so we're getting some DLC missions for the dragon. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll see what's going on, and we'll see what's new with this update for the DLC that's dropping. And one of the things that makes me think that, things are really healthy in the MechWarrior world is that if the game wasn't well played, it wasn't well supported, that would tell me that the game's kind of dead. But if we're getting DLC, we're getting new content, modders are still actively working on making new mods. If we're still seeing people play and stream the game, then that means that the environment, that means the community is there. We are in a positive position for this new MechWarrior 6 game, and it just means that we've got a lot of room to grow. And this is only our first playthrough. We've got very minor mods. My goal is to start looking when we get towards more of the end game scenario. We start running all assaults, we start getting through some of the storyline missions, and we kind of get to that end point. Then what we're going to be looking at doing is switching things up and start looking at a modded version of the game and start looking at some heavy mods. Things where we're dropping, instead of the full mechs, we're going to be dropping mech parts or whatever it is that we can do to really kind of modify. We're going to not necessarily be keeping things too crazy, but we want to have a whole different experience when it comes to our gameplay. So we'll be looking at a second playthrough Tuesday, Thursdays after we finish this one, or if we get to a point where things are just too crazy, we might just spin things up a little bit and start a second round of a modded version or heavily modded version of MechWarrior 5. So with that, folks, I'll start looking into things for Thursday's session at the very beginning and tail end of the stream to talk about what's going on with the new update and the new DLC coming out. And then with that, folks, everyone have a good night. Don't work too hard. Have fun out there. Smile, be happy. Peace.